Man United boss Erik Tinhas urged to sell 10 players to catch up with Man City and Liverpool. Erik Tinhas has been warned he still needs a major overhaul of his Manchester United squad. Manchester United boss Erik Tinhas needs to replace at least 10 players in his squad to catch up with the likes of Manchester City and Liverpool, claims former Chelsea midfielder Craig Burley. Tinhas made 6 signings in his first window in charge, but Burley believes there is plenty of work still to be done. United currently sit 6th in the Premier League table, 7 games into the season. Sunday's heavy 6-3 defeat at City ended a run of 4 consecutive wins in the league for the Red Devils. Finishing in the top 4 and competing in cup competitions will be seen as a successful season for United this term, but they still appear to be a long way behind the likes of City. Liverpool are 2 points behind United after a disappointing start to the season, but many believe it is a matter of time before Jurgen Klopp gets his side back playing the way they have in recent seasons. Burley believes the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Luke Shaw, and Harry Maguire should be sold by United, but he claimed the list would include at least 10 players if he went through the whole squad. Burley told ESPN FC, well, to get to City's level they would have to sell. Casemiro's not getting a game at the minute, but he will. I'd keep Fernandes, I'd keep Eriksen, I'd get rid of Ronaldo, I'd get rid of Wan-Bissaka, I'd get rid of Shaw, I'd get rid of Maguire. The list is endless. Fred, there's probably at least 10 they'd had to get rid of and replace to get to that level. Former Arsenal midfielder Stuart Robson doubts whether United would be able to sign the correct replacements if they were to have a major overhaul of their squad. Robson said, the trouble is if you get rid of all these players you have to go and buy some. That's the key to it. You've got to go and buy better players, and at the moment Manchester United aren't buying better players, or haven't done. But there's not too many that you'd think to get to the level of Manchester City and get to the level of Liverpool. Not many of the players at the moment in this Manchester United team can take them to the next level. So they need new players in, and that might inspire 1 or 2 of the better players, like Sancho if he rediscovers his form that he had at Borussia Dortmund. In other news, Manchester United manager Erik Tinhas insists Casemiro remains a big part of his plans going forwards after defending his reasons for keeping the Brazilian benched for Sunday's 6-3 derby mauling at Manchester City. The experienced 30-year-old midfielder moved to Old Trafford over the summer, signing in a deal that could eventually reach £70 M. However, he has been forced to wait patiently for his chance to impress, having appeared for a mere 217 minutes so far. That includes just 1 start to his name, coming in the Europa League against FC Sheriff. In the Premier League, it's even worse. Casemiro has been limited to just 4 brief substitute appearances off the bench. That said, Casemiro was tipped by many to come into the starting lineup ahead of Sunday's trip to the Etihad. However, Tinhas thought otherwise and opted to stay loyal to Scott McTominay alongside Christian Eriksen. As a result, Rio Ferdinand has questioned the merits of why United have signed him. The former United skipper turned pundit fears Casemiro will very quickly grow frustrated with his situation, and that questions will soon be asked. Ferdinand is also adamant that the 30-year-old may soon start regretting his decision to sign for United. The G's hasn't been given a chance. He hasn't been given a fair crack of the whip. He's come in and played in a Europa League game against some dead team, Ferdinand explained. Tinhas hits back at Casemiro claims he ain't been given a start in the team when he's fit and ready. He's regressed in terms of fitness, so he's now worse off than when he came. He still had to get up to speed when he came from that league to this league. I wonder the impact it's having on someone like him. Yes, he's experienced and whatnot, but he must be sitting there thinking, wow, I'm happy to be here at Man United, but I'm feeling a little bit disrespected here, given what I've done. I'd be surprised if he's not feeling like that. Responding to the claims, Tinhas insists that Casemiro is important to the United cause and believes his chances will come. Furthermore, he says that McTominay has retained his shirt in recent weeks based on merit, meaning Casemiro, as a result, has been forced to wait for his chance. Tinhas said, we will play tomorrow our best team. We have to construct a team because we want a competitive culture. It had nothing to do with Casemiro, it had all to do with Scott. When he wasn't in the team at Brentford, we lost. Casemiro will have an important role. We know his background, the titles he's won. You see every day in training. It's understandable that questions are being asked about Casemiro given his lack of minutes. Furthermore, it's easy to see that, with United chasing Frenkie de Jong for so long, why people would assume the Brazilian is not a signing Tinhas wanted. On the contrary, the United manager was very much behind his signing and is merely biding his time with him. In fairness, and before the Manchester derby, McTominay had done little to warrant being dropped. And with United on a run of 5 wins from 6 matches prior to Sunday, there was a fair shout for him to keep faith with the Scotland midfielder. It's also worth remembering how long Jurgen Klopp took in integrating one of his key players into the side in Fabinho. The Brazilian is one of the first names on Liverpool's team sheet, but for a long period after signing, he too had to wait for his chance. As such, it surely will not be long before Casemiro is a regular in the United side, and he still certainly ranks highly among Ten Hag's most favored players. He was named man of the match in the Champions League final just 5 months, and he remains a player at the top of his game. Before long, it will come as no surprise to see him anchoring United's midfield with Bruno Fernandes and Eriksen pulling the strings in front of him. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and make sure to subscribe to Man United Hub to get all the latest updates.